Good afternoon, passengers. This is your captain speaking. We are currently experiencing a few slight turbulences that may increase during the duration of this flight. Still, if the weather cooperates, we should get a great view of the city as we descend. Hey, and welcome to this video. My name is Nina, and in today's video we are going to be working on a shopping street, also incorporating some villager houses. So I'm very excited to share this with you, and let's just walk over to the area that we will be working in today. So as you can see, we are currently at the plaza, which is right next to my actual plaza, so rest services. And then we have this open space right next to the beach here that I was not sure what we were going to do, but let's just hop right into it. So I'm starting off by building this little cliff up. Now this is gonna be a lot of adjusting, tweaking, and just figuring the whole stuff out as I went, because for the first part here I kind of wanted to lead into the area with a little construction area. So I saw this picture on Pinterest, which I will pop up on the screen right now, and it just looked like a little construction area with like these walls built up so that you can't really see what the people are currently working on the construction site. Ooh, a lot of pondering right there, right? And I just thought that would be a very nice way to block off the beach and really lead you through the street that we're gonna build off on like the left side of this construction area. So that's what I'm gonna be kind of trying to figure out during the first couple of minutes. So let me just say very quickly, I'm sorry that my voice is still very sore. If you can even notice, now you definitely noticed. I will not let that stop us, you know, this channel will keep it going. I know that I skipped Tuesday's video, but we were there for stream, which was lovely, and it got me back into the mood of, you know, wanting to create stuff. So here we are. But yeah, so there might be a little bit of a weird tone to my voice, but that's not that I'm, you know, changing my voice. It's just a little bit sickly. So yeah, that's that. Moving on. I was very, very indecisive at the beginning. So I was kind of thinking that we would lead the street through the middle here, like between the little river that we had running to the left and the construction side. And then we had like this open space that I'm now trying to lay down the in-game dirt in. And I was not exactly sure what I was gonna put there, but then I saw this picture, which was, I think, like one of the 3 pictures. It was like a little collage on Pinterest, and it was like this street that was very heavily inspired this entire build and this area. And it just looked like a house that was kind of further pushed to the back, and it had like this like dirt in front of it that really reminded me of the light dirt, which I thought was like a very sweet idea. So maybe we could have like a little farmy aspect to it, or it was like another construction site that they are just currently not working on yet, something like that. But we are actually not going to work on that too much in this build, because I noticed that it was like taking me so long to figure out the main shopping street. So we are only focusing on everything that's going to be right to the right side of this little river thingy majig canal thing that we created. And hold on. Alrighty, so after I did that little hold on thing, I had to cough a little bit and drink a sip of water. Now, I may have forgotten to unmute the mic, and the rest of the voiceover was completely, you know, quiet. So that was lovely. So let's do this again. I continued on with laying down a bunch of pathing then to, you know, get a little bit of a ground, like a basic structure for the street, and have an idea where it's going to lead, because I do have something very special planned for what's going to go behind this build. And I think it's going to take up a lot of space, and that's also like, that's kind of scary, honestly. Like, I have 2 more builds planned that are so huge, and they are gonna take up so much space. So I feel like we are scaringly close to finishing like the majority of the land part of this island. So we might need to get started on the beaches very soon. And then I feel like this island is not gonna stick with us for much longer, which is kind of sad because I do have quite a few ideas, but I don't think that we can fit all of them. But we will see. We shall see. And yeah, then to the back here, I also wanted another villager house to just, I kind of need to start thinking about where to place the houses because yes, we've built 2 villager neighborhoods kind of, but one of them is not done yet. The other one is only, home to 2 houses. So we really needed to start thinking about where to place all the houses. And I wanted to incorporate them in the city because I felt like that was a good place to, maybe use them to not highlight them, but bring another building type to all the simple panel type of buildings that I tried to create during this build. And that's what we did. And so again, these houses are not going to be the final ones. We're still looking for villagers with darker houses. The list is, I think, linked underneath of the villager hunt streams that we've done. So yeah, for example, like Roscoe's house or Tasha's house, those houses are very cute and they will be perfect for this island. I'm excited to finally find them because we have not been very lucky with that the past streams, No, the pink thing also, it just looks like someone spilled strawberry pudding on her or something. Oh my goodness. No, you just look like a booger. I'm sorry. Oh, yes, queen. Look at her. Jesus Christ. I'm Elise. She does look like a librarian. And she will constantly tell you to shut up. What is this? I mean, it's a look. Another booger. Harry. Oof. Dear God. Please give us any villager basically with a dark house exterior. Another booger, yeah. Make it 3. Good way to end the stream. It was a bit of a rough time, but it was a fun time still. Yeah, and then this little building gave me such a hard time because initially, I was thinking that I wanted it to be like one building that just had like a little bit of an asymmetrical shape. But then I kind of wanted to make it look like it were like 2 houses that were kind of, right next to each other and without any gaps. So I wanted to incorporate like different simple panel types and stuff like that. And then in the end, this is gonna be the thing that I'm starting. Oh no, I thought I started now. Yes, now we are laying down the staircase kind of design, the little stone steps, which I thought was like such a good idea to just, bring in to add a little bit of depth and make it look like an entrance maybe. And this is kind of inspired by, I think their name is like Measile. I will link them down below. And so you can check them out because there are quite a few influences in my way that I use my simple panels that they do because they are incredible at simple panel buildings, especially in like an abandoned way. So I highly recommend checking them out if that's something that you are looking for, which you maybe are if you are watching my stuff. But yeah. And then the roofing of this was also, it was terrible because I could not figure out how to, layer 2 different types of roofing. And I was also not quite sure in the beginning whether I wanted the roofs to be very tall and like kind of halfway or partially cover the house that is like behind them. So I was just really struggling with it, but in the end I decided to go with this brick pattern and layer a stall in front of it. We will customize it. You won't see that, you will see it in the final build. It will have a little bit of a different customization. The front, I think both of the stalls actually that we used for the roofs, there you can see them. I kind of just made the first one, like the one to the front white with like the black roof, and then the back one had like this dark wooden thing going on. And then moving on to the left, we're not going to do too much. We're just going to plant back the trees that we picked up earlier to, lay down the dirt, but they were just kind of cluttering up my pockets, and it was kind of annoying, so I just planted them back down. But we're not going to do anything else with this part of the area. Kind of, we are mainly going to focus on the right side, basically. I think I said that before. I can't remember, because this is, again, the second time that I'm doing this voiceover. Actually, the third time. I tried before I got like really sick, and I was just so tired, and you could really hear it in my voice. I was just talking gibberish. It was a terrible time, and it would have been a terrible time for me to edit that and for you guys to listen to it. So I didn't want to, want you to have to put up with my weird being. So we're doing this again a third time, but it's fun. It's all fun and games, guys. No. So yeah, then I decided to make like a little, smaller simple panel build also to the left there. And I was just playing around with a bunch of, item combinations that I usually don't go for when I do simple panel building. So I did the little jail bars in front of it to kind of look like a fence or something, or like a half wall on top of the roof, something like that, and put the simple panels in front of it. And then we will put this little stall in front of it. And yeah, I also kind of like how the silo is sticking out behind it, because it kind of looks like part of the building, kind of not, but it just adds another element of height, because we always need a little bit of an element of height, you know what I'm saying. What's that? And then we just played around with some more of these simple panel designs that are like buildings that I have also played around with for the neighborhood that we've built the other week, or like 2 weeks ago or something. So what it basically is you put like simple panels and put like either a bunk bed or a loft bed with desk or something like that behind it to just make it look like a tiny building, kind of, and it won't take up as much space as like, okay, I guess it would, but you don't have to cover the sides of it. Like if you would place down a cliff, you would get like the cliff edge, and I always like to cover those up as well, even if they are to the side, and you don't really get that when you use these beds, because I feel like the sides of them kind of work. And yeah, that's this little white custom design, simple panel, tiny little house thingamajig. It's actually the last little design that we're gonna work on for the street itself. And then we're actually gonna start decorating, finally, after 10 minutes, or 11 minutes actually, almost 12, perfect. But those things take time, you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. It does take time. It does even take a little bit longer than usual, than you see. But yeah, we love that. We love a little bit of indecisiveness, here and there. Sprinkle in, very fun. All fun and games, as I said. I'm so weird today. I'm sorry. It may be the fact that I'm doing this like multiple times, but maybe it's just me. Let's be honest. Maybe it's just me. So that's that. And yeah, then I did my whole like breaking up the pathing kind of thing, because again, I like to start off with like an almost solid base for the custom designs, like the pathing and stuff, and then I break it up as I go to plant flowers and bushes and trees in between, and like add in some weeds and some other custom designs, such as like the cardboard box design and the cardboard. Didn't I just say that? The cardboard design, the tarp design, and the newspaper design, which I just love, and I am kind of scared that I won't even stop using them even for my more natural islands that will definitely come in the future, because those are the islands that I gravitate towards the most, which you can probably tell by the way that I even work with like more city-esque themes, because this is obviously also still very natural, but yes. And then I kind of can't say too much about why I did the thing. I think I've said that in like all of my builds, because at like this point where it's about the decorating and I don't really have like an exact image in mind, I just go on autopilot. I try things. I try to, get some height variations and get like cute little groups of items together to balance out the colors, different shapes, different heights, and make everything look interesting but still balanced and like cohesive with each other, if that makes sense. And yeah, I also really like how this like construction area turned out. I want to say that it doesn't really feel like a construction area per se, but I think it kind of works and it just fits the area. It could also just be a stranger to a building or container thing, but we will say it is a construction area. Okay, guys. The cones are the key element to this, yeah? Definitely. God, what am I doing today? I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, I also kind of felt like, I don't know why I really wanted to incorporate this brick well, but I did have to, you know, shift it around a little bit to not really block off the way so that you have to squeeze through, because I really don't want you to have that on like main streets, kind of, that you have to, you know, squeeze through on like a diagonal half tile space, if that makes sense, because it is quite a large item and it is one of those like 1.5 tile items, I want to say, so it was kind of difficult to place, but in the end I think I got it to work quite nicely. And I feel like looking back at it, because this was like a week ago that I built this from like when I am recording this voiceover. And like looking back at it, I actually really, I appreciate it a lot more than I did when I finished the build, because I was actually going to talk in this voiceover a bit more about how I didn't like the build and that it felt kind of unfinished to me. And it kind of still does, because obviously there are no items to the left, to the right, and also to the back of it, so it is unfinished. And I will definitely tweak some things also like throughout the street, but like as a whole, I feel like it did come together very nicely and it does feel balanced. The colors go very well together. I really like the concept of like a narrower street with like buildings that are a little bit more broken up, so it's not like the larger road that we built in like the very beginning when we started this island. We did like this a bit wider road, and like the buildings were like almost all in like one block, so you were only able to tell them apart by like the different simple panel customizations and colors that we used, but they were like one block or like one tile was in between. But I really like this broken up style of simple panels, like you have some crossroads kind of that go to the side or something like that, which I think was just a really nice idea, and it just makes it feel a little bit more dynamic and like an actual, you know, busy street, urban kind of thing where people actually live and need to get to places, so that it's not just one road. I don't know if I'm making sense to you guys. It's a mess. I'm a mess. What can I say? Let's just blame it on my sick brain. What did I just say? But yeah, then I think we're already nearing the end of the build, so I am just now sprinkling in some more finishing touches, you know, dropping some items, playing around with some leaf piles, some more custom designs to break up the pathing, stuff like that. You know the drill by now. So yeah, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, I want to apologize for my all over the placeness and my little bit of a sick voice. But I still had fun doing this, and I think it did come out very, very nicely in the end. So yeah, I'm going to actually leave you now with a montage of the finished product. If you enjoyed this video, I would very, very much appreciate it if you like and subscribe to my channel, as I would love to have you here. And yeah, also if you would like to, you know, continue on the chats, I don't usually say that, but feel free to join the Discord, as we are doing like a lot of like voice chats on there. It's a lot of fun, and I really appreciate every single one of you guys popping in there and having a chat with us. It's just a wholesome bunch, and I love every single one of you. Even if you don't join the Discord, obviously, do whatever you like. And yeah, so take care of yourself, guys. Until next time, and bye-bye.